So when we're talking about the occlusal plane, we're talking about the curve of Spee and the curve of Wilson, okay? So one of the reasons when we're starting to do workups why we work on these lower anterior teeth first is because we have less ability to change the position of the lower anterior teeth in relation to the occlusal plane, and we can compensate more on the lingual surfaces of the maxillary anterior teeth to accommodate our idealized occlusal plane in the mandibular. Does that make sense? The medial pterygoid, right? Remember, the medial pterygoid, the reason everything's loading into that medial pole is that oblique nature of the insertion, the way those long fibers are running in that muscle. It's running basically parallel to this, to seek that joint and eccentric relation. And so by having these teeth also tilted through mastication and chewing our food and our buccinator muscle working and having that angulation, it makes it that much easier for food to be going back onto the occlusal table, the teeth loading in the proper form, and the muscle supporting that same angulation. Anatomically, it makes sense, doesn't it? So that's how we end up getting these occlusal planes and how we have the curve of Wilson and the curve of Spee. Anybody have any patients that look like that? About 2 million, right? Any patients that look like that? Is this stable or is it unstable? Unstable, unstable, yeah. This only occurs because it is not working for the patient. Anybody have any patients that look like that? Yeah. What's the problem, though? We see these patients every 6 months. We're like, hey, see you in 6 months, right? You're doing great. You're doing great. I'll see you in 6 months. Don't forget to bring Christmas cookies, right? It's our job to make sure that people understand that this is not normal. This is not healthy. And what are the long-term ramifications, implications of these teeth being in that way, or in that state? Bad news, right? It's only going to get worse. We have exposed dent. Look at the exostoses around those teeth. I mean, that's a full-time job getting your teeth to look like that. I mean, you almost got to try to get them that way.